All right, folks, here we are. We're continuing on with the project, and we're going to be learning today about how to make it so that we can change colors for our drawing app. I have drawn here a nice self-portrait. I hope you agree. Captures my personality wonderfully. Maybe we should learn how to clear the drawing very soon. I think that would be a good idea too. But what ultimately I want to do is I want to make it so I can click on that button. I want to click on the button, and then when I draw, it becomes a red line instead of the black line. We'll make a whole bunch of different buttons for different colors and other things, but I'll just show you how to do one, and I think you'll probably get the idea from there. So let's zoom into the code and away from that cursed face. It's creeping me out. Here is, this is the toolbar, I'm calling it. It is kind of the gray line that goes across the top here. You don't necessarily have to have this. I just think it looks cool. I don't know. It's actually not that cool, but I'm going with it. So it's two shapes, the gray, and then there's a line underneath. No big deal. And then I have a button. I call it red button, and I'm just going to call it red. Now that I think of it. What's with all these spaces? What am I doing? Later on, you might see why. But anyways, here we go. So this is our button. It's called red, and it's just a rectangle. And you can design it however you want. You can make it a star, a circle, you name it. You can have a bunch of different things, but the important thing is its fill color, is set. It has a border color as well. The border is a little intense, but I'm leaving it as it is, so feel free to kind of design it how you want it to be. But I'm making things fairly thick and noticeable so that when you're watching this video, you can see with your eyes what is happening. Okay, so to make the button work, here's the plan. We're basically going to be using the hits collision technique from Unit 3 from the CS Academy. We're going to be seeing if the button hits the mouse when I'm clicking. If the button hits the mouse when I'm clicking, I guess we wanted to click on the button so we can make something happen. So I'll show you what that looks like. I'm going to put that onto the on mouse press. I'll zoom in a bit. So the on mouse press is where I click the mouse. So I can ask a question to say if red dot hits mouse X and mouse Y. This is the essential question of saying, is the mouse touching the red button? And it's in on mouse press, so I must also be clicking. So this is clicking, and I'm clicking on that button. So what do I want to have happen? Well, we already know that our line, when we drag, that's this code here, that line uses the brush's fill, right? When I draw my line in the drag. So what I can do is I can just change the brush's fill color. So I can say brush dot fill equals red. So I think that'll pretty much do the trick. So let's go see if it works.
Hi, Dad.
Here we go.
Oh.
Hi, Mr. Millette.
Oh, how you doing?
All right. I am just recording a video for my class.
Oh, apologies.
No worries. All right, so here we go. Oh, look, it worked. We have a red color now, and it looks like it worked just fine. Let's run it again. So it started as black, but if I click on the red button, oh, there it is. We get the red color instead. So this is working, and you can imagine how you might do a whole bunch of other ones. Is it going to be kind of a copy and paste job? You bet. You're probably going to use the same kind of logic over and over again. Another place we would like to use this logic is to do something called making a button tactile. You may have noticed that in software, if something's clickable, when you mouse over it, like it shows up. Like in the CS Academy, for example, like you see how the words change color when my mouse moves over them? That tells your brain kind of subconsciously that, oh, I can click on this. Even in like, I guess I'm in Firefox. As my browser, like I move over the tabs. Oh, look at that. They light up. There's all sorts of things that when you put your mouse over them, maybe a tooltip shows up, or, something happens to indicate they are clickable. This is called, the feature is called tactile, or buttons are made tactile by changing them in some way. So I'll show you an example of how to make our buttons tactile, and I want you to do that as well for your project, but you can choose any way you want to make them tactile. It doesn't have to be this way. The technique for the logic is going to be the same, but the way you demonstrate their tactile is up to you. So I'm going to do this on mouse move, not on mouse press. So we'll zoom into there. And it's going to be the same kind of logic, right? This is on mouse move, so if my mouse hits the red button while I'm moving, then I'm going to do something. So for me, I'm going to set the, what's the word? The border color. I'm going to say red dot border equals white. And then else, so if my mouse is not hitting the red button, I'll set that back to black. Red dot border equals black. And again, doesn't have to be border. There's lots of different things you can do, but this is a good example. So for example, oh, look at that. So when my mouse moves over the button, it glows white. Well, it doesn't really, just the border changes. And then it's able to, make that change. So I can draw black lines. I can go over here. The mouse over tells me I can click on it. If I actually click on it, then I will draw with that color. So there you go, folks. There's some color buttons for you and how you make your buttons tactile. And I think that's a great place to stop this video. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. And I think what we'll do is we'll probably make the brush size grow and shrink. I think would be a good next step. All right, thanks everybody.